friends and fam, welcome to my channel. This is the first video I'm ever doing and it's one of my favorite recipes to bring to family and friends for parties, holiday parties, or just wherever. But it's my famous sushi bake. And I'm so excited to share this with you because everyone's always asking for it. And now it's the time for you to subscribe and like, you know what I mean? And get going. So I'm gonna have my lovely assistant. All right, so this is Rochelle. So what we're gonna have today is, what we're gonna do today is basically, I'm gonna show her how to make this herself, so that way you guys can see that it's really simple and very easy and super affordable too. There's a simple version and there's a technical version. And what I'm gonna do is a simple version for you today. So what you're gonna need is mayo, any type of mayo. I use the best food. Japanese mayo, rice vinegar, Sriracha, sesame seed oil. You need Furikake. Oh yeah, you need this for sure. Yeah. You need the rice seasoning, the Furikake, whatever flavor you want. I don't know if I'm pronouncing it right, but you just need this. And you also need some Philadelphia because that's the best stuff on earth. And also, what we did was pre-bake the salmon for about 15 minutes, I believe. Pre-chopped some imitation crab. You can either put it in a food processor or chop it up, or just don't peel it because that takes forever. I know one of my friends did that before. And also some chopped green onions. So to get started, Rochelle, we're gonna eyeball everything, but I'm gonna kind of show you like if it's a cup or 2 cups or whatnot. But first thing you want to do is actually room temperature Philadelphia cream cheese. So you're gonna need 2 of these. Yeah, here. So cream cheese is something that makes it a little bit more flavorful and more creamy. And you know, this is something that you shouldn't have all the time because look at this, mayo and cream cheese, it's a lot. So what you're gonna do is make sure it's room temperature too, so it's easier to mash. And what I like to do is just kind of flatten things out inside the package first and then open it, then just throw it in. And then Rochelle's gonna mash it, so make it all creamy. And
it's gonna take a while.
It's gonna you can do this in a food processor too, but I like to do things by hand. It's still cold, sorry. Oh baby, here, baby in the back. So what you're gonna do is, this is about maybe half a cup, another half a cup, that's 1 cup.
2 cups.
2 cups of mayo to start off with. And the texture is just going to be basically like how you like it. But I like mine creamy, and a lot of people like theirs like creamy too, not too dry. So that's like the texture that I like.
It's a little
chunky. It's okay. It's going to end up being mashed.
Give it time to get to room temperature.
Well, if your salmon is still a little bit warm, it'll help melt it. So let's just throw in the salmon right now then. And the salmon, how I cooked it, it's, you know, no seasoning, no salt or pepper or anything like that. You don't need that because this is like very flavorful already. So the salmon is inside with the cream cheese and the mayo. What I like to do is just throw a little bit of the green onion in, just so that way it can marinate in the flavor, if that actually really helps. But in my mind it does.
It does.
It does. So I just chop these imitation crabs really fast. If you have a food processor, again, you can use that. But again, I just use a knife. Make it basic because some people don't have that. What if you're doing this like for a college party or something and all you have is a knife and a knife, you know? So just throw this in and then just mix it a little at a time. Okay, and then it'll break apart eventually too. I made it a little bit more chunkier because it just breaks apart. You know, imitation crab breaks apart. All right, more. And if it's a little bit too dry, add more mayo. All right, so let me just throw in some more green onions too. And green onion, I like using it because it adds a lot of flavor. But if you don't like onions, you don't have to. I know some people don't like onions and green onions as well. So, and while you cook, you always have to have something great. Yeah. We're trying this Corona guava lime. My cousin actually told me to try it. She said, you're gonna love it, and we love it. Totally. Yeah. Cheers. Wow. Refreshing. Okay. All right. A little bit more. So a lot of people don't like it spicy. Some people like it spicy, but I love to throw in sriracha. And it's based on your likings, okay? Because, again, people can't handle spicy. You don't have to put it. It's optional, but it makes the color of the sushi bake awesome. Okay. So that's the topping part. What we're going to do is the rice part too. And the rice part is basically these two. The rice vinegar and the sesame seed oil. Make sure you guys are 21 and over before drinking this. If you're not 21 and over, there's something called happy juice, which is orange juice or apple juice or, you know, a Pepsi, whatever you guys want. But yeah, we choose Corona tonight. So cheers again. Okay, so this is 5 cups of jasmine rice. So you always want to have fresh rice whenever you do this because it just makes it taste a lot better. And since you can handle the heat, wait, that's not too bad. It's not bad. All right, so. Perfect rice. And you know, you cannot waste the rice. My grandma will kick me if she ever saw this. Yeah. So we'll break this up just a little bit.
Do you need another one?
What happened?
Do you need another one of that?
No, it's fine. Yeah. So break up the rice a little bit. It's okay. All right. So you have, oh yeah. So you have an option to add some green onions in here too or not, but we're just gonna leave it because we put a lot in there already. So seasoning it, I usually eyeball it. So Rochelle, since you're gonna make this again.
I have a measuring cup if you want to measure.
Yeah. We don't measure. We measure by eye. So.
We're kind of just gonna eyeball it.
All right. Yeah. So we're just gonna eyeball it. So. All right. So maybe that's about like 3 tablespoons for 5 cups of rice.
Oh, good.
Yeah. So you're gonna mix that up. Yeah, because the sesame seed gives it a lot more flavor. Sesame seed oil gives it a lot more flavor. And this one kind of cuts the fat. So I like it together.
Okay.
Got it. And now for the rice vinegar, I'm going to do about the same. Maybe a little bit more. Maybe like 1/3 cup. Just about. And what you guys can do also is throw in some of the furikake. Seasoned rice seasoning.
No, rice seasoning.
You know, English is my second language, to be honest. And it'll show in some videos you guys will see. Alrighty, so flattened rice. Oh my god, it smells so good. Now for the topping. Let me see, I can help you with this one too.
Scoop it.
All right, so scoop it, and then what you want is to make it even. And if you have leftovers, what's really good is, you know, just baking this and dipping it with chips.
Or the crostini, you know?
Or yeah,
that you made last time?
the toast crostini.
Yeah, that was good.
Mm-hmm. That's that.
Okay,
So flatten that out. And now it's time for the toppings. So how I design my sushi bake is squigglies. Little squigglies.
Oh wow.
And it takes time to really do this. Never got it in the beginning. and the first time I've ever done it, it's smudged all over the place. But, and I like to do it in different angles. So now, is this open?
Is it new? It's not. Fail.
You know, I got really excited. It was almost done, so, and it's new. But I like to keep this in the fridge because it's so good with a lot of things.
I'm drooling.
You're drooling? Me too.
I know my mouth is like.
And some green onions again. The topping over here, green onions, is very optional. It's up to you. Oh, that's a hanging piece. You don't want that.
Someone's gonna have a big bite of onion.
Onion bay. My most favorite is the wasabi furikake, and I have green onion on my finger. You can never go wrong with this. You can.
I have more if you need.
And so sometimes you don't have to broil it. You don't have to bake it. You can actually just serve it like this, which I normally do for parties because I don't like carrying like heavy trays that are hot at the same time. So you can actually eat it like this. But let's make it the broiled way. So that's
My goodness.
sushi bake, sushi broil in a baking pan. But yeah, you guys, this is amazing, and we're gonna have some people come and try it. And I usually use the Costco seaweed because it's a little bit thicker, but this is what we can find for today. Oh my god, I can't even open this. All right. So are you guys ready?
Yes.
Thank you guys for watching the video. Hopefully you guys try it and let me know how it goes. And if you guys add something extra to your sushi bake, I would like to hear about it. Make sure you hit the like and subscribe button, click the notification button, and make it a little bit of Judy in your day. Thank you.